about 1984, I started jamming with some people forming the group One by One, and the last piece was Dave. And we finished Quacha in about the end of 87, and we played South by, and we did really well. There was this guy from Mammoth Records, and he goes, man, I'd really love to have you on the record label. He goes, well, what else do you have musically? And we said, well, we're working on a new record, which would become Witch Doctor. He went to New York City to RCA, and he goes, there's this band that we just signed from Tucson. I want you to hear Witch Doctor. Long story short, he goes, I love these guys. Let's sign them. Everything was just going our way really fast. It was just one record after the other. We came back to Tucson and made a record called Auntie Ramos Pool Hall. That came out on RCA, so we were making more money, doing more touring. And that's when things started going off the tracks a little bit with RCA, because it seemed like they really didn't care about us that much. And you got to remember, at that time, RCA had a bunch of bands on their label that they had just signed. They were getting much more attention than we were. And the Sidewinders weren't getting the love. But also by that point, we were in a lawsuit with this band from North Carolina called Sidewinder. And then we ended up losing the lawsuit. So we were screwed. We had to change the name. And all of a sudden we're like, well, who are we now? So we picked this name called Sand Rubies. But by then the band was starting to really flounder. People's egos can get really tripped out really fast. And you can think that you're the hottest little group on the face of the earth and think that you're going to become something. We lost the publishing deal. We lost our record deal. And so that was it. We can make independent records now. That I could do because I already started doing that with the Luminarios. And then I met Lisa, my wife now. We've been together 20 years. We came together and started writing music, and she became my muse and songwriting partner. But by that point, Dave and I were back together because, we felt like, why not? Let's keep doing stuff. Why not? And so I was able to do both things. And I said, I really want to open up a record store. I always did. I was always a really big fan of music. And I've been a collector of records my whole life. You kind of don't realize the lessons in life you have to learn sometimes. But nothing lasts forever.